What's up, family? What's up? Hey, I want to jump on here and talk to you guys real quick. Hey, just because people say thank you does not mean that they're grateful. Okay? Stay with me. We're going somewhere. I've met all kind of people that have been very polite, um, but they wasn't grateful. And we teach our kids to be polite. We teach them to say thank you, but we don't teach them to be grateful. There's a big difference. There's a huge difference. Saying thank you, that's polite. That's nice manners. Just because you say thank you does not mean that you're grateful. You could be a spoiled brat and say thank you. You could be the most ungrateful, unappreciative person and still say thank you. We have to check ourselves, because we get in relationships and people are polite to us and we think that, man, they really appreciate us and man, they're all for us. Man, we had better learn to check their vibes, their energy, their spirit. Because just because somebody say thank you with their mouth, man, they could be plotting the whole time against you. You know what I mean? So, man, you better get beyond, you know, the simplistic conversation of someone saying thank you or someone being nice to you and thinking, man, they got my back, man, they're for me, man, we're gonna make some stuff happen. There's a saying in the Bible that as I was meditating, came back to my mind. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. And I was struggling with that. It's like, okay, well, what's that got to do with what I want to talk about? Or what's that got to do with what I need to talk about? What's that got to do with gratitude? And it hit me as I was meditating this morning. Man, the dark night of the soul, we're going to go through hell. We're going to go through our emotional breakdowns. That's the weeping. We're going to go through some things. You know what I mean? We're going to be broken down. And it's that breaking down that builds up the joy. It's that breaking down that brings about that joy. Stay with me. It's that breaking down of the ego that gets us to a place of gratitude. It gets us to a place of being truly appreciative. So yeah, the dark night of the soul, where you're gonna go through your nervous breakdown and all that other stuff. I've made many videos about this. Man, don't fight the nervous breakdown. Embrace it. You know what I mean? Embrace it. That's a good thing. You know, um, it's that breaking down of the ego. That's going to get you to that place of being grateful. It's going to get you to that place of, man, now you see life as it really is. You know what I mean? Um, and so often we have in our minds, in our conscious, and in our subconscious, we have these alter egos, and these alter egos have us fixated or have us thinking and believing that we are something different, that we're better than what we really are, or that we're worse than what we really are. You know what I mean? And so it's that breaking down of those alter egos that gets us to a place to where we really understand who we are. And we learn to appreciate all the hell, all the struggles, everything that we go through in life. Because we understand that nothing we go through is to punish us. Nothing we go through is to harm us. Everything that we go through is to bring about a greater lesson Everything that we go through is to bring about, an awareness, some growth and development. And when we understand that, man, it's just pure positive love and gratitude for that. You know what I mean? You learn to appreciate the dark nights. You learn to appreciate the daylight. You learn to appreciate the times of plenty and the times of lack because you see them as the same. It's just a season, you know what I mean? But you're appreciative of it. You appreciate life. It's crazy is when you've almost lost your life or when you've been at death's door, you know, um, man, you get a great awareness. You get a great appreciation for life. You know what I mean? When you've been without some things, for a long time, man, you learn to appreciate those little comfort features. You know what I mean? And so, man, we have to grow up emotionally. We have to grow up spiritually, and we have to understand that, man, the secret of life is gratitude, but you can't fake gratitude, and so often people are trying to fake gratitude, trying to put on this, thing of, man, I got a grateful spirit, and man, I'm a grateful person, whoop de whoop de whoop, and they're always complaining, they're always stuck in a funk, you know what I mean? You can't be stuck in a funk and be grateful at the same time. You can't be complaining about life and talking about you're grateful at the same time. The two don't mix. It's like oil and water. You know what I mean? When you're grateful, man, you understand the hell that you're going through, and you're cool with it because you know that it's gonna work out for your benefit. You know all things work together for your good. You know that everything's always working out for you, so you don't trip out on the stuff that you're going through. Any of it. Gratitude, man, it's a vibe. It's a spirit. You know what I mean? It's a energy. And everybody ain't got that. Everybody don't have that. And you can't fake that. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you post. I see some of the most toxic people posting all this stuff about gratitude. I see some of the most toxic, ungrateful people putting all this stuff out on social media about thinking positive and being grateful and whoop de whoop de whoop, and it's like, that's not even you. You're not even close to that. It's like, that's your alter ego. Okay. You're faking the funk. Okay. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. You know what I mean? Somebody need to see that as posts. You know what I mean? And so I'm not going to condemn them for posting those things. Somebody else on their group needs to see those posts. Somebody else that is grateful, that do have that type of vibe, that energy, that spirit, they need to be reminded of that. They need to see that post. And so I'm not going to condemn those people for posting all those positive things. We need more of that stuff in the world. But we need people that are genuinely grateful. We need people that have that as their spirit. That's their character. That's their DNA. My hope and prayer is that we come to an understanding that life is beautiful in every facet, you know what I mean? Every aspect of life is beautiful. And there's so many of us, we get so caught up into death, and man, death destroys this and death this and death this, and we become tainted and we become burdened down because we've lost so many people close to us, and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And man, I've been there, you know what I mean? I've been there. I've lost a lot of people, man, I lost the love of my life, you know what I mean? I lost a brother like a year before. Lost my mom, I've lost so many people, people that I care about. But I understand that that's the nature of life. You don't really lose anybody. It's just they take on a different realm. They take on a different It's a new beginning for them. It's a new beginning for you. You know, to I love I'm not I love butterflies. I love butterflies, and it's crazy because as big as I am, I'm always talking about butterflies. I love butterflies. You know, it seems so dainty, so little, so delicate. You know, but they're assigned to me every time I see them. You know, every time I see a butterfly, I'm giving thanks, genuine thanks. You know, I'm appreciative. You know, but I love butterflies. But a caterpillar thinks, or when it goes into a cocoon, that's it. It's over. But it's just the end of that process. Is the end of him being a caterpillar. You know what I mean? Once he goes into that cocoon, that's the end of him being a caterpillar. But he takes in a different realm. He takes in a totally different being as far as him becoming a butterfly. He can't become a butterfly until he goes into the cocoon, until he reaches that quote unquote death. You can't reach your full potential until you go through your dark nights of the souls, until you have your nervous breakdowns. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. There's no getting around it. I don't care how much you fake the funk as far as you enlightened, you woke, and all that other stuff, and you spiritual and woo-doo. Man, you could be all that stuff. You could say all that stuff. It don't mean nothing. You know what I mean? It don't mean nothing. It's just talk. Game recognize game. Real recognize real. You know what I mean? Once you go through that dark night, man, you ain't got to tell people all that stuff. You ain't got to tell people I'm woke. You ain't got to tell people I'm enlightened. You ain't got to tell people, man, I'm spiritual and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Man, they gonna see it. They gonna feel it. They're gonna know that there's something different about you. They're gonna be drawn to you without you even saying anything. They're gonna know that, man, there's something about you that's just drawn them to you. Man, what is it about you that makes you peculiar? What is it about you that makes you so different? And again, man, it's you've gone through that process. You've been broken down. You've had your dark nights of the soul. You've gone through your desert. You've gone through your jungles. You know what I mean? And so you've come out on the other side. It doesn't mean that you're perfect. It means that you've gone through the worst part of it. You've gone through the most challenging part of it. You still got work to do. And we all do. As long as we're here, we got work to do. And we have to be reminded constantly, man, where we came from. And when I said where we came from, we have to be reminded constantly, man, of that alter egos, or those alter egos having to be broken down so that the real you can rise up. As long as those alter egos are there, man, you're never going to reach your full potential. Never, ever. Because they're robbing your energy, they're robbing your essence of your true being. And you can only get to that true nature, your greatest being, through a spirit, through a vibe, through an energy of gratitude. Gratitude. And it's crazy because so often we hate the stuff that we've gone through. We despise the hellish crap that we've endured. Whether it was through our childhood, whether it was through relationships, whatever. We hate that stuff. We despise it. We have such against it. Not even understanding, not even realizing that those things are pushing you, are there to reveal to you who you really are. They're not there to break you. They're there to break your alter egos so that the real you can surface, so that the real you can rise. And so, man, and when you realize that, man, you're filled with love. When you realize that, man, you're filled with so much gratitude, and you appreciate the hell that you've gone through. Because had you never gone through the hell, you wouldn't have the love, you wouldn't have the gratitude, you wouldn't have the knowledge that you have. You wouldn't have the awareness that you have. You wouldn't have the power that you have. I love you guys. Happy healing. Peace.